Okay, so Mason is getting quotes from two different landscaping companies to put river rock along one side of his house to a depth of a half a foot. The surface area of the space that he wishes to install the rock is in rectangular rock in is rectangular and has the length that is 8 times its width. So we got a rectangle, right? Like this. And then it goes 6 inches deep. So this is like a bird's eye view. Okay. And so then let me reread this. We know that the depth, like this right here, is 0.5 feet. Then the surface area that he wishes surface area has a length that's 8 times its width. The surface area. I think this is the width, and I think that the length is 8 times the width. I think we're going to plug it in and find out in a second. And then they want it to be x. So I'm going to say that this is equal to x, so this will be equal to 8x. So then it says the first company charges $3 a cubic foot. So we'll do that in blue. So the first company charges $3 per cubic foot and $80 for delivery. So that's going to be the first company is going to be 350 cubic feet. I don't want to call it x again, so we'll just say f for cubic feet plus $80 for delivery. And then the second company charges 250 and 120. All right, so second company charges 250 per cubic foot plus 120. All right. Okay. So which of the following systems of equations can be used to determine the width? Well, it's cubic feet. So they give us the surface area, but I'm not sure if they mean the surface area like 6 sides or just the rectangle. I'm going to make the assumption it's the rectangle. And then if the math doesn't look right, we might figure out the surface area. Okay. But basically, when we talk about cubic feet, we need to know the volume of this thing. So the volume of this area is actually the depth times the base or surface area, which I think is the incorrect term to use, but it could be the depth times the length times the width. Well, we know that the depth is 0.5. They tell us that. And we know that the length is 8x. And we know that the width is just x. So when I multiply this out, I'm going to get, what is that? Is that 4x squared? So that's the volume in cubic feet. Now, I think I can change these values to V because it should be the same for both of them. So this one would just be V, and this one would just be V because we're being charged by the cubic feet. So let's try it and see. And if the math looks good, it looks good. So on the first one, then the equation would be 350 times the cubic volume, which is 4x squared, plus 80. And so what I need to do is I need to figure out what 350 times 4 is. And I've got my handy dandy calculator here. And let me do this. Clear all this out, go to this screen, clear this out, and I'm going to say 3.5 times 4. And that gives me 14. So this whole thing reduces down to 14, and we can't forget the x squared plus 80. And so I think we could just set that equal to y. So we're basically just establishing our system of equations. Now for the next one, I'm going to say 250 times 4x squared, which is the volume. But that we got to add 120 to that one. 250 times 4 is 10. So we have 10x squared plus 120. That's equal to y. So I think what we have going on here is that our system of equations is this. And this one. So those are the two answers for that. And then if we wanted to solve for x, basically what we would do is set those equal to each other, but that's not what the question is asking us to do right now. Okay.